What up, guys? Welcome to Magpie. 回顾一下，补一个开场。你们将要看到的视频是我们前段时间刚录完的一个分享。处于各种兴奋，我和老陈当天忘了拍开场了，最近给你们补上。一系列的好运气和巧合，使我们又一次得到一个机会，和一个学校的学生们去聊一聊关于餐饮和职业规划，以及一些他们感兴趣的话题，的一个分享。内容形式应该就不需要我解释了，那我们就直接开始。So right now, we're going to be waiting on the students to show up, and then once we have enough people, we're just going to start chatting. We're going to keep it casual, and we're just going to answer questions. They've already been through a whole day of school at this point. They're taking time out of their after hours to come speak with us. So we're going to keep it light. Guys, come on, have a seat. Is it okay with you guys if we wait just a few more minutes to make sure that we have some stragglers? Is that all right? Cool, thank you guys so much. Oh, by the way, if you guys are hungry, I brought snacks from my bakery. And if you pretend to be shy, I will get angry at you. Just stick your hands in and start grabbing food. And I brought enough for you to have here and also some to take home to your parents or your friends. Firstly, thank you so much for taking time out of your off hours to come speak with me. And as such, in the interest of keeping things short, I'm gonna do away with all the fancy and the serious. So, I'm Cadence Gao, I cook in Shenzhen, and I'm here to answer your questions. Anything that you have on your mind, whether it be about my industry, not about my industry, whatever you're thinking about, whatever you're studying, whatever you're working on, or whatever your plans might be. Anything is available as a topic of discussion. So is there anybody who would like to start us off?
What's the most important thing to become a chef?
The most important thing to become a chef? Thank you so much for your question. That's pretty clean. So in my opinion, because I don't represent every cook, but I do represent a good portion of cooks, I believe that there are 4 key factors. Endurance is one of them, and not just physical endurance, the ability to endure failure repeatedly and boredom. Because most of the job is boring. 99% of it is just wiping and cleaning. It's only exciting less than 1% of the time, like painting, right? Second of all is, I think, a belief system. So you need to have beliefs. It can be local produce, it can be traditional cuisine, it can be traditional techniques, it can be modernist above all else, creativity, but you need to have a belief system, whether it be right or wrong. It cannot be shaken or moved, or it's not a belief, it's just an understanding. And violence. Cooks need to have an understanding and appreciation for, and the ability to use violence, because cooking is violent, to slice things, to slap things, to tenderize things, to put things in pans, to get burned and get cut, get scraped and get pushed by your colleagues and yelled at and pushed up against a walk-in, like by someone stronger than you and angrier than you. Violence will happen, and the ability to stomach it and understand that in a systematic and controlled environment is a learning opportunity. It's not something to run away from. And fourth, candor. Candor is very important. Absolute honesty. So honesty is provoked. It's reactive. So for you to be honest with me, I must ask you a question first. Candor, for lack of a better description, is the ability to speak unprovoked with honesty, right? So if you cook candidly, then you know that you will never misname a dish or to misrepresent a technique or to go out of your way to make something feel like something it's not. Like certain Michelin restaurants, this is an essence of dairy. Like that's milk, bro. An essence of dairy is milk, man, right? So that's my opinion. Have I answered your question? Great, thank you so much. Anything else?
What is the biggest red flags in your cooking career?
Let me make sure that I understand your question. So are you asking me what I consider to be red flags in potential colleagues and in other cooks?
Yeah.
Perfect. I think that if you can't tell me what you've made in 1 sentence or less, you're not making food. You're making an experiment in arrogance. Like, we're all very different, but the things that taste good are the same. Hot, salty, fatty, and fast. McDonald's tastes good to everybody, right? Like, if we're honest, oh my God, McDonald's is amazing. But if you go like, oh, this is, like I said, a reduction or an essence of, on a bed of, and this is my experiment in, that's a red flag to me. You're not making good food. You just need someone to talk at, right? Second red flag is people who take failure too seriously. People who think that failure in any regard is personal, right? It's an excuse to stop rather than an excuse to push harder. That's a red flag to me because you can't count on that person. And 3, people who answer questions you never asked. That's my biggest red flag. Hey, how long for that steak? Oh, it's doing okay. My oven just got hot. So yeah, pretty soon. So how long? You know, like this is a pretty thick piece of steak. So it's a kind of a difficult cook. So how long? We're actually just started resting a little while ago, so I should be able to get it to you soon. Brother, if you don't tell me in minutes how long, I'm gonna come over there and choke you with a spatula. right? So these are all very big red flags to me, right? The ability to answer quickly, move decisively, and be honest with yourself, and take punches to the chin and then get up afterwards. If you fail at these things, red flags. Anything from this side of the room?
What forced you to become a video creator?
Nothing forced me. Force is a very strong word. I use it very seldom.
What is the passion to become a video creator?
I'm not necessarily passionate either, but that does kind of perfectly answer your question. So, because you are obviously a very smart man, no, genuinely, I view you as most likely smart. And the reason is because you're going to this school, you make full sentences, you're articulate, but a lot of the times you're using too much seasoning for what is the simple question of what made you want to make videos, right? So what forced you, what's passionate? This is called redundancy in speech. And that's part of the reason I started making content, because I was sick of people who have too much redundancy of speech. So there used to be an MIT professor. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. He was one of my favorite speakers. And one of my favorite things he ever said, he would start the lecture with, you as a person will be judged firstly by how you speak, secondly by how well you write, and lastly by the quality of your thoughts, right? So speech is very important. And I thought that I arrogantly could make some suggestions as to how to communicate under the auspices of teaching how to cook at the same time. I don't have I answered your question?
I mean, why would you want to be a video creator?
I want to communicate, but the job is being a creator. In the same way that I want to cook and the job is being a chef. There's a difference. You want to be smart, but the job is going to school. Right? People tell us that we should enjoy the job. It's not true. You can hate the job, but you still have a purpose that you want at the end. Like I said, you guys want to know more, but unfortunately, this is the job for now.
I wonder what is.
You don't have to stand up. It's okay. It's not that kind of meeting.
I wonder what is the most delicious food you have ever tried.
That I've ever tried. It depends on what part of my life I was in. But one of my recurring favorites as a dish is 番茄牛肉馅饼. It's one of the few things that my dad would make with me instead of for me or next to me. He would actually let me help. It's one of my favorite memories. Yeah?
What about at your young age?
Pick a year and I'll give you an answer.
18.
When I was 18, that's a very good question. When I was 18, I liked a full roast chicken and a Paris-Bresse. So every few hundred meters of France, you can get like a poulet rôti, which is just a roast chicken, as well as there's always going to be another pastry shop somewhere around the corner that sells the Paris-Bresse, which is just a round pâte à choux, and in the inside is usually a crème diplôme, which is a crème pastry cream mixed with praliné and mixed with a little bit of whipped cream. It's delicious.
Would you like the more boring one for students or the more entertaining one? Like, because one is financial and one is about like.
I want the one that you would like to ask.
So if ever we have something that we want to do, but it's not really the best option for the future, then how do you suppose that we would tackle that problem to incorporate our interests into the jobs that we would want to do?
The answer is try to find a balance and see if you can push forward while being okay with melding your interests into your finances. But that's the boring answer that everybody gives. Would you like my answer now? The only reason you're asking that question is because you're afraid to piss somebody off. If you spend the first half of your life impressing and catering to a pair of people who have your best interests at heart, I have no doubt, but they will leave you one day and then you will be left alone on this planet for the next half of your life. Are you okay with the math on that? Because their job is to protect you and help you. You're an investment project. You're like a property that your parents invested in. They don't know if they're gonna make a profit on this, and it's okay. It's like they bought a holiday home, this child of theirs, you, right? They don't know if the land's gonna go up, down, sideways, in circles, or tank. Their expectations of you are their best efforts at trying to minimize losses at the very least and maybe maximize profits. But you are not a project, you are a person. And that investment project is gonna be all yours after your two big investors, your parents, one day take their exit from this project. So there's no perfect answer, but that is the math that you have to do. In the second half of your life, who are you gonna be sorry for? Because they're not gonna be around. I did the math on that. Like as a personal experience, my dad, I had this conversation with him one day. I'm like, Dad, are you gonna be pissed off if I become a cook? And he's like, yeah, of course. I'm like, okay, well then, should I not? And he's like, why? Are you weak-willed? Are you weak-wristed? I'm not gonna be around forever, but you can't stop me from being pissed off. I don't like it. Don't expect me to like it, but I'm not gonna stop you. Go. It's your dream. You can't expect them to like the decisions they don't like. It's simple, right? I'm sorry if that was a little bit tough, but have I answered your question?
Yes.
Perfect.
And I really like the direct
Yeah.
how direct you are.
Anybody else?
Simple question.
Only if it's simple. I'm kidding. Go for it.
What's your favorite dish and why?
My favorite dish altogether
The Chinese.
in the generic branch of Chinese food, these two words, right now, I'm kind of obsessed with Northwestern food. I can't single it down to a dish right now, but the region would be Northwestern food at this moment. And the why is because it is most low-key international. Because Northwestern food was inspired by, the Silk Road, by the Mongol Empire, right? By spices coming in from Afghanistan, from India. So I'm obsessed with where the spices came from, how they transmuted into current dishes. Like for example, liu rou war. You ever heard of this liu rou war? Like Beijing fried meatballs? Perfect. That's Persian koftas. It originated as Persian food. Yeah, so that's why I'm obsessed with it. Like as you eat a simple food, you can think back into, how? Why? One of the first written recipes that we still have today was a meatball recipe, most likely translated by a 色目人. So it was a rank of ethnic Chinese person at the time during the Yuan dynasty. And it was translated from a Turkish recipe by way of a Persian for a Chinese cook in the court in Dadu. Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Why do you want to be a chef?
Why I want to be a chef? Currently, or why did I start being a chef? Those two answers are very different. Which one?
Just why you want.
Right now, it's because I like labor. I enjoy labor. I enjoy laboring. I enjoy the feeling of my hard work ending and being able to define my own terms. That's one. And two, being a cook is one of those rare things that inspires pretty lateral conversation. If I was a professor, you guys would think, oh, this is going to be boring. Right? He's from some university, he's here to talking about something that I don't care about. We're like, oh, this guy's a cook. Cool, let's talk about food. Because who doesn't talk about food? Right? It's a good starting to a communication. Wow, you guys, oh no, most of it got in your mouth. That's good. I'm glad you enjoy it, man. It's the work of my baker. I'm sure I'll let him know that you guys liked it. By the way, guys, I'm sorry if I didn't make this clear earlier, but let me reiterate. It doesn't have to be about my industry. It can be about anything. Yeah, please.
Oh, which country?
Which country am I from? I'm from here. I'm from China.
You say English. It's very.
It's okay.
I
Take
think
your time,
you
brother.
are, American.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll take it as a compliment. Are you asking me why I sound like this? Oh, okay. I got lucky. I just got lucky. I enjoyed languages, and I was lucky enough to be blessed with people who were willing to teach me. So if you don't like languages, you're not going to learn languages well. I try my best to be at least polite in as many languages as I can be, because I like them. They're fun. Languages are cool. There's nothing more disarming than being able to speak a language. Yeah, you can save a lot of money. You can travel to many places.
I'd like to go back to the previous topic, like earlier. Well, my parents do respect my decision, but however, it's just that I'm really torn between electronic communication engineering and English literature.
Okay. Would you mind talking a little bit more about your criteria? For example, why you would choose English literature instead of electronic communications and engineering?
Pure spite.
Out of pure spite. So your parents want you to take ECT?
I'm not so sure about that, but from
Okay.
their looks, probably they would prefer me to take PCE.
So can I understand this to mean that you're getting the vibe that your parents have a preference, but out of pure parental respect for you, they're respecting your decision?
Maybe I'll rephrase the question.
Mhm.
What's your take on English literature? Like your opinion on English literature?
My opinion on English literature is that as a field of study, it's very marginalized. Your eventual sources of income are spurious at best. If you genuinely want to learn lit because you love lit, then learn lit. You don't have to go to school for it. Books are always available to you. And literature professors have nothing better to do than talk to people who are interested in literature. For example, you right now can go on the internet and search up a collection of very important papers and treatises and theses on whatever it is that you find interesting. And when you look at who wrote that, you literally can look for his email or his phone number, and if you call him, he will explode with excitement because people with PhDs are lonely. So you can, if the most exciting thing, the most generous, gracious, majestic, exciting thing you can do for someone who's good at what they do is show an interest. So if generally you want to do lit because you like lit, I wouldn't waste time and money on it. But that's my opinion, right? I would spend my time on something that might be able to secure an income that I don't hate, because literature is free.
Is there something, some dumb things you have done when you learning cooking?
Sure. From my kneecap down to my ankle on this leg was gone at some point. The entire skin from here all the way down to here, gone. This corner of my head, gone. The patch of skin on my hand here, gone. I've dislocated my shoulder once in the kitchen. Yeah, lots of dumb things, lots of injuries. Cooking can be a safe job, but usually it's made unsafe by the people who cook. Dumb boys. I got this, chef! And I so did not got this. I had it 0%. I did not got it at all.
So any dumb that you think that you make a big fault, or you think that you want to apologize for any others?
Sure, yeah. A not insignificant part of my career was spent being angry, and I know that I caused a lot of anxiety for some colleagues. And I regret it immeasurably. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it. Because there's a period of time where every cook wants to have his Michelin stars. Have you ever heard the term like have his flowers? To have your flowers means for you to have your accolades, for people to finally recognize you and give you your just due and your credit for being awesome. Have your flowers, like giving you, right, your wreath or your bouquet. I wanted my flowers, and I would not stop at anything to get them. And then I realized that I don't really like flowers. It just wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the anguish and the pain, because it's not an easy job. And the worst part is I spent all day with my colleagues marching in perfect harmony to the beat of one drum. His name was Chef. Whatever Chef said, you said, oui chef, or no chef, or immédiatement. And you would march to this temperature every single day. And you would do this, and you would try to work while this noise happens. And it doesn't matter how much you want to tear your hair out and how annoying it is. It gets louder and louder, and people are still hungry, and the tickets still come in, and you've burned your hand, and the pots are heavy, and the kitchen gets hot, and the job is hard, but people still want to eat. And instead of taking it out on the people you don't know who caused you your pain, your guests, all you can do is take it out on your colleagues who actually care about you. And then one day I realized it wasn't worth it. So that's something I regret, caring too much at the cost of my colleagues. Have I answered your question? Okay, thank you so much.
How and why can you be so positive? And you're in a whole sharing, you're really positive, and then the sharing is really inspiring as well. How can you stay so positive? First question. Second question, a little bit more personal. When's the last time that you cried, and for what?
Last time I cried was about a week ago. I just missed my dad. Just all of a sudden, I saw something that reminded me of my dad, and I haven't thought about him in a while. Because it's my personal opinion that in English culture, well, in anybody's culture, but everybody has different words for it. But in English, you would say, it'll get better, right? Or in Chinese, you would say, 但是会好的, like, 一切会好的. And I don't believe that. I believe that if there's ever a day where my dad doesn't make me sad, that makes me a bad son. But that's my personal opinion. I don't think there's ever going to be a day where talking about my dad is going to not feel poor. So yeah, about a week ago, I saw an old Lexus LS400 and it reminded me of my dad. And I had to pull over and think about it for a second, which is a beautiful thing to ask someone. Thank you for that. The first part, how can I remain positive? I think it's because I don't really have a frame of reference. I don't know what negativity sounds like in regards to my career or this conversation. Don't be a cook, don't be a cook, don't be a cook. That might be negative, but that's also good advice, right? Like I said, candor above all else. This would be candor. Like I haven't a reason, nor am I looking for a reason to not tell you this. So whatever you ask me, I answer. I apologize if I've been too loquacious or verbose, but I'm trying my best to be succinct. Yeah? Thank you for your question, brother. Have I answered? Awesome, thank you. Yeah, please.
I wanted to ask, like, when you said about your injuries, how did you get them?
Sure. From my knee to my ankle on my left foot, I was pushing, so we were busy. About a walkway is meant to be able to accommodate 2 cooks back to back working at our respective counters. There's a fryer here and we were having a busy service and we were 2 hands down and chef said, I need you to drop the fryer. Drop the fryer means switch the oil out. Someone had dropped something in the fryer oil that made it black and it was screwing up the food. Now you usually drop the fryer after a service when no one's busy anymore. And you drop the fryer by taking a skateboard and putting a big pot on it and pushing the pot over to a valve that opens up, hot oil pours in through a filter, and then you push the hot oil out on the ground, nice and safe. But we were busy in the middle of service, so there was 8 bodies in the kitchen. So we went over there, dropped the fryer, but we couldn't push it because everyone was in the way. There was literally no room. So we being dumb boys said, all right, we'll go over the top, which means that you pick it up, hold it on your shoulders, and push it up. Now, as we were walking, this guy, his hands weren't as thick because he had just started cooking not too long ago and he couldn't handle the heat, but he was too proud to say anything. So he just let go of it on me. It fell, hot oil all over the floor. And then as I turned around, I slipped, fell into the hot oil. So I had a burn all the way down my knee and my hand. And then chef tried to grab me out of it. So he grabs me by the knee and pulls me away from the oil, but it just took the skin off. So I look like a turkey. I look like a glazed ham, essentially. Yeah, but I had to finish service, so we grabbed a couple clean rags, wrapped it around my leg, tied it off with some cling film, saran wrap, and we finished up service, and they sent me away. Always finish service. Unless you're missing an arm and a leg, it's not an excuse to skip the line. Of course, that's bad advice. If you get injured, go to the friggin' hospital. But because I was a boy, I'm a manly man, and this doesn't hurt at all. Ow, 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 ow.
We might have to wrap it up here because like the library is about to close and I think you guys have asked maybe enough questions and all that. So any last comments or anything else you want to say before you go?
How can I taste your food?
Come to the restaurant, but it's probably not going to be me cooking. It's probably going to be my colleagues. But I'm in Shenzhen. 华侨城创意园北区. Yeah, you should be able to find the address to our restaurant somewhere.
The name of the restaurant is
餐厅叫喜鹊派. In English, it's called Magpie.
MAGPIE Magpie.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure speaking to each and every one of you. I hope I've been able to answer some questions clearly. I apologize if I haven't. And I look forward to seeing you guys again if ever I have the chance, whether it be in the restaurant or anybody else. Sound good, guys? Thank you so much for having me. And once again, thank you for taking time out of your day.